Hello everyone, welcome to the Commerce Achiever platform. With today's session, we are going to solve a question related to an cash flow statement, and this session will be completely in English. And for Hindi, we'll do the separate session so that students get comfortable for the information they required with the that video session. So we are going to cover the numerical portion. We are also taking the questions on the basis of request which has been shared by the student, and for the purpose of support to make the learning quick easiest, so we also trying to cover some image learning which we are trying to share with you all with the post on YouTube itself, or sometime with the Instagram, because Instagram has some limitations. So most of the time we use a combined support, or you can stay connected on the Facebook, so all the social media. So I hope you'll gain the better knowledge, and still if you need any support and you need any kind of assistance, do feel free to ask in a comment section. So without going much delay, let's begin with the today's question. So here we have a question which is related to the profit and loss statement for the year ended. We have 31st March 2022. It can be any year. If a question came into across in your mind that I am going to appear in my exams here, it's 2023 or whatsoever in the which any year, don't worry. If there is any kind of change, any news update, we will keep sharing with you. So in case of whenever is your exams, you can practice this question for now. So we have a statement of profit and loss account which is related to the 31st March 2022, and we have revenue from operation 60,000, other income which is supported by note 1 of 5,000. We have a total revenue of 65,000, right? Then we have a sum expenses which is first is related to the cost of material consumed, which is 15,000, and then we have an employee benefit expenses which is 10,000, and then depreciation expenses which is supported by note 2, that is amount rupees 7,000, and other expenses supported by the note 3 which is 13,000, and total is 45,000. That means we have net income is 65 revenue, and the 45,000 was the expenses. So we have a profit before tax, that is a difference between the total revenue and the total expenses, is 20,000. We have provision for taxation rupees 8,000, and we left with the profit after tax which is 12,000 rupees. Okay, so let's see the notes which already shared with us. As a note 1, we have other income, profit on sale of machinery rupees 2,000, income tax refund rupees 3,000. Next, we have a note 2 which is related to depreciation, and sometime we have a depreciation and amortization. I hope you know the well difference between depreciation and amortization. So if not, please do ask, we'll definitely help you out with that. But I'm giving you a brief that depreciation is related to the your physical things, items, and amortization is related to your intangible assets, and that was the other fixed assets. So depreciation is rupees 5,000 and goodwill amortized is rupees 2,000. We have other expenses, rent rupees 10,000, loss on sale of equipment which is 3,000. We have other additional information from the past year and the current year. So there is one more question which came across in the mind of student. This sequence will always be there, that we have a past year initially and then we have a current year. No, you can see this can be switched. Even sometime you get a current year before and then you get the past year. So this is the basic mistake which is mostly done by the student. So don't do that. Read the question very carefully. Okay, so we have a 2021, that is a past year we are taking in our case, and 2022 which is the current year ending. Okay, we have provision for taxation 10,000 and 13,000 respectively, rent payable 2,000, 2,500 respectively, trade payable 21,000, 25,000 respectively, trade receivable 15,000 and 21,000 respectively, and inventories 25,000 and 22,000 respectively. So we have this much of information which is shared with us. Now we are going to solve the questions which is related to the cash flow statement. So what you have to do now, okay, you just need to focus what is cash flow statement. Cash flow means something coming in either in the cash or bank form, or something is going out either in the cash or bank form. Okay, so let's solve together. So before going ahead, we have seen that we have a lot of information which is related to the income tax. Okay, so let's see the story of income tax first. So we have provision for taxation rupees 8,000. That means a company or say an organization's made a provision, okay, a provision of taxation of rupees 8,000, and that provision that they have shown in the profit and loss account, okay. And then we have income tax refund, okay, that means we receive a refund from the income tax department amounting rupees 3,000, okay. And then we have additional information as provision for taxation. So let's create a ledger related to the provision for taxation account. Okay, I'm doing the quick form. In you have to do in the examination, you have to prepare complete form. Okay, I'll request you. Please do not use the shortcut. I'm here doing is just for the sake of quick responses to you, and kindly avoid the shortcut for the purpose of examination, because examiner got a chance, a reason to deduct the mask. Okay. Hope you remember we have a general folio here, amount in rupees. Then we have a particular general folio, amount in rupees. Okay, so we have a provision for taxation, and what we have is a 10,000 and 13,000. So what is the balance we brought down? Because it's a current liability, provision is 10,000. So by balance brought down. What is the amount? Is 10,000 is the balance we brought down. Okay, we have two balance carried down is 13,000, right? This is the information which is shared with us. Okay, then this picture is over. We did already with the provision for taxation, and then we have income tax refund. So does this income tax refund going to affect this statement? No, because we are already creating, this is a ledger related to a provision. Okay, it's not a cash statement and all. This is related to the provision. Okay, so here we have to find how much the amount of taxation due. Being a company, you paid it. Okay, so there is no role of income tax refund here in this ledger. Okay, though obviously it have some role there, because if you are getting a refund, your pocket is going to fill with cash or bank. Okay, so we have profit after tax, and we have a provision, means a company, or that means you made a provision of taxation of rupees 8,000. You made a provision which you have showed in the statement of P&L. So you showed in the statement of P&L. So let's recapitulate quickly. You have shown in the P&L here. On the debit side, you have shown your P&L. So you can do it at the reverse entry, as in, one second. By P&L account. What's the amount? Once again, 8 rupees. Provision for taxation was rupees 8,000. 8,000. Okay. So we have net total is 18,000. Here we have net total is 13,000. So 5,000 is the difference. Okay, this 5,000, the difference figure will be by like to bank. That means the income tax which you have paid or the company has paid during the year. Okay, okay, you can write it as a difference figure. That is an income tax paid. Income tax paid. Okay, difference. Hope you gather this is all about the provision for taxation we dealt. Now what is left behind is the income tax refund which we have received from the department. So we have a net profit after tax. Okay, we have net profit after tax is 12,000. Okay, we have net profit after taxes 12,000, and provision has been made. Is that provision bringing any cash flows in out? No. So we have to add back that provision na? Because it's not a relate, it's a provision. That means you are keeping yourself in a security that might this income tax liability going to come up in the near future or in the near time. Okay, I hope you remember the meaning of provision. Okay, so provision for taxation is made, that means created by you, okay, to safeguard yourself that after some time your income tax liability is going to come up. So this will be add back because it's not going to impact the cash flow, it's not any inflow or outflow of cash or bank. Okay, so provision for taxation made. Let me check the amount quickly. 1 second. This was rupees 8,000. Then we get the profit before taxation. But it's not the profit before taxation because it's not going to impact the cash flows. So that's why we are adding it back. So we have 20,000. This is the amount we have in our hand because we are going to find out net profit before tax and extraordinary item. So we receive the income tax refund. Okay. So income tax refund will be reduced, because income tax refund is the part of credit side of the P&L. That should be part of the credit side of P&L, and that will going to reduce your net profit before tax. Because just a quick recall, if you are preparing the P&L and you have a refund here, so if you have refund here, if it's shown what you have, it definitely increases your profit, but it's not shown here, it's an additional information, so definitely it's going to reduce. Okay, income tax refund. What's the amount of income tax refund? Let's see. Okay, it's rupees 3,000. It's already जो है disclosed. So you reduce and we have net balance of rupees 17,000. Rupees 17,000 we left with net profit before tax. Before tax, because we are going before tax. So net profit before tax and extraordinary item. I'm writing shortcut, please avoid for the purpose of examination. Okay, so we have this much information as a part of working note, and it is advisable to do the working note in the separate page, and the requirement of or the demand of the question, okay, that should be in the separate page. Okay, so let's prepare the cash flow from operating activity. Okay, so let's prepare the cash flow from operating activity. So we got the net profit before taxation and extraordinary items, which is 70,000, 17,000. We got it from the calculation. So net profit before taxation and extraordinary item, we have rupees 17,000, right? We have 17,000. Okay, and now we have to make an adjustment of non-cash and non-operating item. Adjustment of non-cash and non-operating item. Okay, so we are going to adjust those things which is not related to the cash, and they are not actually the part of operating means the general activities. So first of all, definitely everybody get click with this situation that yes, depreciation has nothing to do with, it's not in cash flow, it's merely a book adjustment. Similarly with the goodwill amortized, that means why we use the word amortized with the goodwill, because it's an intangible assets. So goodwill amortized has nothing to do with the cash inflow or the outflow. If I'm saying the cash, that means a cash and bank balance. Okay, so depreciation 5,000 and goodwill is 2,000. Depreciation we have 5,000 and goodwill rupees 2,000. We have, these are the non-operating non-cash items. And let's see what else we have. Okay, rent is an expense, a genuine expense, but loss on sale. If you are selling any product or any fixed assets. So what you are getting, a cash or bank, okay, that's an inflow. But loss or profit is merely a book entry. Remember, loss or profit is merely a book entry, okay. Loss on sale is rupees 3000 we have, okay. So these items of non-cash and non-operating activity will be added back because they are already been deducted from the profit and loss statement. So we added back and we came off the balance figure. So we have 27,000, okay. So we have 27,000, okay, before, and now we are going to adjust the, obviously, uh, non-cash and non-operating items which is from the profit side. So let's reduce that, what we have from the income side, obviously. So in the income side, we have profit on sale of machinery. When you sell machine, you get the bank or cash balance. That is an inflow and outflow of the cash. But profit or the loss, these are merely a book entry, okay, because you are comparing those things with the fair market value or the time you bought it. So profit and sale is merely a book entry. They are not actually the inflow and outflow of the cash. So profit on sale of machinery, this is already included in the part of profit of your P&L statement, which we need to reduce, okay. Why we need to reduce? Hope together, because it already increased up your profit, and now this is not actually a cash inflow, and we are preparing the cash flow statement. Do not think in the view of trading P&L. It's a cash flow. So when you are preparing a cash flow, take yourself as a cash manager of the company and do it accordingly. You never going to do any kind of mistake in that case. So profit is merely a book entry. Just reduce rupees 2000 because it's already been added there as a part of profit. Profit on sale was rupees 2000, and now we have rupees 25,000, which we have operating profit before working capital changes. Again, I want to request you, please write the full form of working capital. I'm doing for the purpose of shortcut, but you don't know, you shouldn't, okay, neither at the time of practice. So now we have to look into the picture, a broad picture relating to the working capital changes. Adjustment for working capital changes. So let's see what are the things we have come with the adjustment of working capital changes, okay. So we have inventories from 25,000, it reduced. That means earlier you bought it for 25,000 as an inventory, but now you reduced. You didn't buy much. You buy for the 22,000. That means you saved 3,000 rupees. You didn't buy equal amount or more amount. Okay, just think like that. And I request you, do not do rectification and do not do memorization. Try to use your brain. Try to work as an cash manager of that particular company, okay. So what we have, inventories has been decreased. We have decrease in inventories because it's a current asset. If you are buying more, obviously that disclosed more in the current year. So if you are buying more, you are paying a lot of money outside there. If you are buying less, you are saving the money in the pocket, okay, as compared to the last year. So we have seen that the inventory was 25,000 in last year and 22,000 in current year. That means you bought rupees 3,000 reduced. That means there is a reduction or decrease in the inventories of rupees 3,000. Means you saved rupees 3,000, you didn't expense it, okay. Okay, see, next item is trade receivable. Last year you raised the trade debtor by rupees 15,000, but this year you given a lot, 21,000. You increase your trade debtor, so this will be what, you increase your current assets. That means you paying a lot, you buy a lot of stocks and you give a lot money to the trade debtors and they didn't pay yet. Your amount is still due. So your trade receivable has been increased from 15,000 to 21,000. That means there is a 6,000 increase in trade receivable. I'm writing shortcut, please. do avoid it for the purpose of examination. Okay, that was rupees 6,000. I hope you are getting why we are adding, why we are subtracting. Try to understand, do not memorize it. Okay, because you are, if you are giving a lot or lot to the trade debtors, okay, or a trade receivable, but you are not collecting that much amount, that means your pocket is less with the cash in bank. So check your pocket with the cash in bank balance every time. Okay, okay, let's see the next item. We have trade payable. These are the creditors. Okay, so earlier it was 21,000. The creditors were earlier 21,000, but current it is increases to 25,000. How it is beneficial? That means we bought some goods or some stock items on the credit basis. Earlier it was 21,000, but this time it increases to 25. That means we didn't pay it yet. We bought a lot in credit. That means our pocket is still more with the cash and bank or by rupees 4,000. So we have increase in trade payables. Increase in trade, increase in trade payable. Earlier it was 21,000, now it increases to the 25,000. So it increases by rupees 4,000. Okay, let's see other information. Rent payable means your rent was due. In the last year it was 2,000. That was your expense was due in the last year. Last year you have to pay rupees 2,000. But this year you are most awesome person that you didn't pay the rent of rupees 25,000. That means your expense is due by rupees 500 more. Okay, so that means your rent payable is 2,000 in the last year, and now it increases to 2,500. Okay, so rent payable, that means it's due for you from a means your pocket still kept with more amount 500 rupees and that you need to pay. Okay, rent payable, it's by rupees 500. Please calculate this. We have 26, we have 26,500, right? Okay, we have 26,500 as cash generated from operation. Cash generated from operations. We have cash generated from operations, that is 26,500. Then we adjust again our income tax provision. So, sorry, income tax paid during the year, you calculated in your laser. How much they paid? 5,000 you paid. When you are paying, it's going out of your pocket. It's going out of your pocket. Just keep track your pocket. Okay, is it filled with cash or reducing with the cash? Okay, and we receive income tax refund. So while receiving the refund, we are again keeping back into the pocket. Okay, rupees 3,000, I remember, 24,500. This point is very important because we got the positive response, we get the positive result. So it is a net cash inflow from operating activity. I'm writing the shortcut, please avoid for the purpose of examination. Okay. Okay, so it's very important to take care whether it's inflow or outflow. So few student might think, ma'am, why you adjust income tax refund here and again there? It's for the correct presentation. It's very important. You have to show the real picture of the items. Now the further point is like how you check what to do first, because some student might confuse what to do what when to do what. I am still confused. Oh my god, how to start the question? So in that case, when you have a lot of information about any of the topic, like in our case we have a lot of information about income tax, try to sort out that information as a part of working note. Suppose in the future session we are going to solve n number of questions regarding to cash flow statement, so we'll deal how to start, and then we go slowly with the operating and then investing financing activities accordingly. Okay, So I want to just make you clear that how we have dealt with each and every item given in the profit and loss statement. Because revenue from operation was 60,000, that is a general sale or turnover. We have other income, we dealt with other income. We dealt with the expenses also, we dealt with provision for taxation. That means we dealt with each and every item. So means you can also check whether you have missed any item or actually you have completed your solution. So other income you have seen that profit is non-cash item that you need to adjust. Income tax refund, yes, you need to adjust because income tax a lot of mingle given in your information. Depreciation, yes, it's merely a book entry, it's not going to impact the cash. Yes, you need to adjust. Other expenses, rent is okay, it's a general expenses, obviously outflow of cash and it's okay. And loss on sale of equipment, yes, it's not in your cash item and definitely that need to be adjusted. And additional information, provision for taxation, you made the laser. Rent payable you adjusted, trade payable, trade receivable and inventory. You did everything well. That means you have completed your solution. So I hope I help you to understand in the best possible way about the cash flow from operating activity. Still any doubt, feel free to ask and discuss with, and I request you, please do active participation and help each other, because most of the time it's very difficult to meet each and every one of you. So I'll request you to help each other and do not try to memorize or do the rectification. Try to understand. There is every way with accounts can be easy for you if you try to understand it. Okay, I know at your point it might be difficult, but try to actively participate and try to work on that. So stay connected. We will bring up a lot of numerical practice with related to n number of topics, either from the cash flow statement, other item of financial accounting, other important topics of financial management, ratios and everything. So do stay connected. Please, if you liked it. If you don't like it, share in the comment why don't you like it, and please share with your friends, and let's coordinate and just fight what's the questions behind in your mind and discuss in the comment section. See you in the next session. Take care. Bye bye.